Carlos Tavares, the CEO, who claims that EVs are maybe impossible, is set to potentially earn 241 million US dollars over the next 4 years. Is this a good idea for Stellantis? And why exactly are they doing this? Hello my friends and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you all. Welcome to all your new subscribers. Welcome back to everyone else. I appreciate your support on the channel. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It's great to have you. And as you can see, I've gotten a bit of sun today. My boys and I have been at the state BMX races and we've gone to the water slide nearby. The boys said it was their best day ever. So that was pretty cool. Carlos Tavares. If he achieves all the targets of the various plans, he will be entitled to receive more than 241 million US dollars over the next 4 years. That is a lot of money for a CEO who's been making some pretty disappointing claims of late, claiming that, well, Stellantis are basically saying Stellantis are in big trouble when it comes to EVs. You've probably seen some of the videos I've made about some of his ridiculous claims. He's flip-flopping, going backwards and forwards, saying that it's going to cost Stellantis literally double the cost of an ICE vehicle to produce an EV, in spite of the fact that, many Chinese companies right now are producing EVs at cost parity with gas vehicles right now, not in 2 years when batteries will be cheaper and energy density will be higher, but right now. Now, if you're saying, oh yeah, but batteries won't be cheaper and energy density won't be higher. Well, here's a quote from the last few days from Kia. Kia said that by 2028, the cost of their batteries will have declined by 50% and energy density will have increased by 50%. What does that mean? That means the cost of batteries will have gone down enormously, because if energy density doubles and the cost doesn't decrease at all, that means batteries will be 50% cheaper by 2028. That is the primary cost in an electric car. And somehow, Stellantis' CEO thinks that that's not going to happen. Now, Kia is not the only company who makes those claims. Many other companies have made those claims as well. So I'm very, very skeptical as to why Carlos Tavares says that Stellantis can't do it. Why are so many other companies saying they can do it? And the CEO who says he can't do it is set to be paid more money than any other CEO in the world, bar potentially Elon Musk. But by the way, Elon Musk's compensation is stock, not cash payments. The majority of these payments that the CEO of Stellantis is set to earn come from bonuses and salary, not from stock. So that's the crazy thing. Now, here's what is actually happening. Stellantis' CEO, Carlos Tavares, earned 19 million euros, so around about 22 million US dollars in 2021. That's a lot of money. According to Stellantis' annual report, that leaves him poised to be the highest paid automotive executive in Europe, period. And the second highest paid in the world. If you're talking about overall compensation, if you're talking about actual just pure compensation, as in not stock options, he's the highest paid, period. In addition, Tavares could remain at the top of that prestigious list because Stellantis has granted him a cash and stock compensation package worth roughly 220 million euros or 244 million US dollars over the next 4 years. Let's look at 2021 first, keeping in mind that Stellantis posted a pretty impressive result in 2021 and provided a positive forecast for 2022. But their forecast after that is not so positive. That's why I'm skeptical. But anyway, they are the first European automaker to publish their full annual report. At 19 million euros, Tavares' total compensation is well ahead of Volkswagen Group CEO Herbert Diess, who earned just less than 8 million euros, as well as BMW Group Chief Oliver Zip's 5.3 million euros and Mercedes-Benz boss Ola Kalanius's 5.9 million euros. So you can see he's paid more than double the next highest CEO, more than double the next highest CEO in Europe. I mean, this is baffling to me. 19 million euros compared to second place Herbert Diess at 8 million euros. Is this really, do you think this is reasonable? Should he be getting paid this much? Has he performed well enough to justify that? Is his 2030 plan Justifying that, I don't think so, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's discuss this. Now, Renault CEO Luca De Meo earned 2.5 million euros. So he earned nearly 10 times what Renault CEO earned. To find a closer rival to Tavares' compensation, you have to look across the Atlantic, where General Motors CEO Mary Barra earned 21.6 million US dollars, or 19 million euros at the current exchange rate. In other words, Mary Barra earned as much as Carlos Tavares. 21.6 million US dollars she made. That is a lot of money, considering General Motors only delivered 26 electric vehicles in the fourth quarter of 2021. Do you think that's justified? Let me know what you think. What Tavares earned last year was more than double the 7.6 million he received as head of PSA Group in 2019. Now, by the way, that's 7.6 million euros, not US dollars. His 2020 compensation figures are unknown. PSA did not publish a 2020 annual report because it merged with Fiat Chrysler Automobiles in January 17 of 2021, creating Stellantis. Tavares is also due big paydays in the future, very big ones, based on Automotive News' Europe's calculations of his 5-year package. This includes 5 different elements that affect his remuneration, according to the company documents. Number 1, an annual base salary of 2 million euros. Number 2, an annual short-term incentive of up to 8 million euros. This provided Tavares 7.5 million euros in 2021. A long-term incentive on a rolling 3-year basis, the 2021-23 plan, provides for a maximum bonus of 24 million euros to be paid in 2024. Similar plans will follow in the coming years. Number 4, a so-called one-time transformation incentive that rewards Tavares 50 million euros in cash if by December 31, 2025, he turns Stellantis into a global mobility company with emphasis on vehicle electrification and software. To get the maximum payout, Tavares needs to achieve 7 innovative milestones. There was no information on what these milestones are in Stellantis' annual report. Number 5, a final perk hinges on Stellantis' share performance. If the stock's value increases by 80% from the base price of roughly 12.19 euros, in other words, $12.19 in euros, on the date of the merger for at least 60 trading days by December the 31st, 2025, he gets 1 million shares. If the price increases by 100% under the same conditions, he gets 2 million shares, which would have an estimated value of at least 48.75 million euros. In other words, if the share price doubles within 5 years' time, he gets 49 million euros, or nearly 60 million US dollars. Now, if Tavares achieved all the targets of the various plans, he would be entitled to receive more than 220 million euros by 2026. You have to wonder how these numbers will be viewed in France, where the government holds a 6% stake in Stellantis. French politicians have been highly critical of these enormous payouts going to CEOs. In 2016, the government, which also has a large stake in Renault, voted against the compensation package of then CEO Carlos Ghosn. By the way, that compensation package was much smaller than this one. The economy minister at the time was current French President Emmanuel Macron. After the Renault board disregarded the government's opposition to the payment, Paris passed a new rule that makes giving large payouts to CEOs even tougher in France. Stellantis will not have to worry as much about this possible roadblock since it's officially a Dutch company. Looking at the payouts for some other top Stellantis executives, CFO Richard Palmer received 15 million euros, of which 14.6 million euros were a so-called retention benefit to compensate for incentives he lost when he was excluded from the Stellantis board when it was formed last year. Chairman John Elkann was paid 7.9 million euros in 2021. The automaker's top paid executive in 2021 was someone who has never worked a day at the company, Sergio Marchionne. Stellantis paid 26 million euros to the estate of the former FCA boss who died in 2018. In other words, Stellantis paid out 60 million euros to 4 executives last year. 60 million euros, that's like 70 million US dollars to 4 people. Is that really logical? I mean, I don't understand. That's a lot of money. I mean, okay, if they had said 5 million euros to a few people each, I'd go, yeah, that's a fair bit, but okay. They probably deserved it. Maybe they performed at that level. But 70 million US dollars to 4 people? One of them doesn't even work at the company? 26 million euros to the estate of the former FCA boss? Wow, mind blown. My mind is equally blown by Mary Barra making 22 million US dollars in 2021. Considering, to be honest, it can't have been based on performance. I mean, GM didn't exactly perform all that well last year, especially in the area that matters the most. That is ramping up electric vehicle production. I mean, their factory was shut down for most of the year. Well, since August, the factory was mothballed that makes their primary factory building EVs was just shut down. And it's still not open. And honestly, the CEO is, well, the person most responsible for that happening. Sure, you might say, well, it's this person's fault, that person's fault. But hey, the captain of the ship is the one who decides where that ship goes. And let me know what you think about these CEOs and the money that they've made. Do you think they deserve it? Personally, I would have said maybe not, but I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one.